Ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you very much for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the takeoff. The cat.
So hard every night and day, and now we get the payback. Trying so hard, saving up the paper now.
To my man, thank you to my man. Turn on the rain. Ooh. Act like you know. Act like you know. I'll share your location with only emojis. What? Alright. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I wanted to come on here and talk about Mars and Virgo energy real fast. So last night I did a live. I did July's fairy news. Thank you, Mama. I did a live on about July's fairy news, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about Mars being in Virgo, Mercury being in Leo. I want to talk about this energy, right? Healing in my heels, healing in my heels. I love that fucking song. So let me just touch base on what this energy is about, because I did a quick little reel, and y'all know I was just talking about, you know what I'm saying, if you have Virgo placements. But let me talk about this from if you have Virgo placements, and also if you don't have Virgo placements, or what the energy will be like for you, okay? But first things first, that the number one thing that we will be prioritizing, we will be prioritizing the energy of your routine, okay? Today I was in the bed or whatever, and I didn't go to sleep until after 4 a.m. And so this morning they was doing construction outside the window, and they was pissing me the fuck off with all that damn noise, okay? And so I went into the living room, and I couldn't sleep in the living room, and I just realized that my body was saying, like, you've had enough rest, it's time to get up. All rise. And so I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So then when I did get up, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to sit in the bed, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to scroll on TikTok. I checked out my social medias. As you guys can see, we are now monetized on YouTube. 30 straight. Okay, period. Now, that was good to wake up to this morning. That was the first things first. Now, second thing, a reason why this energy is so, we're going to prioritize our routines, is because the TikTok that I saw was, you can't be motivated every day. Okay? And the person was like, you're right, you can't be motivated. It's called self-discipline. Okay? With Mars being in Virgo, there is this strong need to prioritize self-discipline, okay? Another thing that will be coming up is sex. Mars rules sex, passions, drive, determination. So your sexual energy is going to come up. Now, when your sexual energy is coming up, it's coming up because you need to prioritize the discipline in it. You also are going to step into a more opening type of energy when it comes to this transit, right? Meaning, like, a lot of you guys will be more open to their sexuality. So you might end up realizing you like girls too, or you like boys too, or you know what I'm saying, or you want to maybe experiment more, like you want to do different toys, you want to do different positions. You're going to be very energized in the sexual, in the sacral area. You're going to be very energized, okay? A lot of things that are going to come up with this Mars and Virgo is God is going to reveal some of your addictions, okay? And you're going to find out the truth about your addiction. So you're going to find out if you are truly addicted based off of a trauma, or are you having this addiction because of the fact that there's something in you that doesn't feel fulfilled, okay? This is something that you'll be figuring out while Mars is in Virgo, because you're going to have me versus me type of conversations with yourself about everything that goes under Mars. So basically, like, realizing, you know what, you might just like to be stimulated, okay? Or You might like this, you might like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, you want to experiment with this way and that way, or you don't like this and you want to be more intimate. You know, another thing that God keeps saying is more people will start prioritizing discipline sexually because they want intimacy. Intimacy will be a very big thing, because if Virgo energy is the energy you cultivated, you don't want to just spread that energy with everybody because of the fact of how much you have cultivated your own energy by yourself. So you realize how powerful you are by yourself, how loving you are by yourself. So that means that you don't want to just spread that with anybody. So I'm telling you, the focus will be intimacy, intimate conversations, intimate connections, intimate sexual encounters, intimacy, 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 intimacy. Hey girl, what's up? And one of the things that kept coming up is the fact that intimacy takes a lot of vulnerability. If y'all remember I said last night about the vulnerable energy, we're here now, okay? So also when it comes to determination, it comes to work. This is a big thing to pay attention to. This is a huge thing to pay attention to. Why is it a big thing to pay attention to work? It's because of the fact that you can be on two sides of the spectrum. You can be lazy as fuck and you're not being resourceful, or you can get on the good foot. Now, the reason why I'm telling y'all you need to get on the good foot now is because by the time we get to Virgo season at the end of August, you will be back in a very foundation-based mindset, meaning you're going to be securing the foundations, meaning that you're going to make sure that you have a perfect home, not a perfect home, but you have somewhere to live, lay your head safely, you know what I'm saying, start getting savings accounts. I told y'all, the structure of things is moving. So God is trying to make sure that you have a foundation. I told you guys, you're going to have a minimum of 3 incomes. Minimum of 3 incomes. And if you allow God to, you know, basically show you and guide you, he'll give you the 3 incomes. Your 3 incomes might be like DoorDash, a job, and then it might be one of your hobbies. But at the end of the day, you got money flowing in and out, in and out, in and out. That's a big thing to pay attention to right now. Okay, that's where a lot of this, you know, I told y'all last night, I don't like to use the B word, but bitch, you're gonna have to learn how to budget. I don't like that word, you know what I'm saying? I'm a day straight swipe. Okay, and God has humbled me because of the fact of I had to learn some money management. Seriously, I did. And Aries reading that I did for them for the solar eclipse back in March or April. No, back in April. I told them they have to learn money management or they'll go broke. So, you know, the reason why this energy is so amazing is because Virgo switching with Gemini, meaning that you're going to have so much more, like, you're going to have so much ambition to want to learn more, how to gain more, how to get, you know, learn things to make it flow easier. And it's going to be a lot easier because of the fact that you're going to focus on more things that stimulate the mind, okay? And when you learn how to stimulate the mind, that means that it puts you in a position to where now money just is attracted to you magnetically. Thank you, excuse me. It's going to be attracted to you magnetically. So, like, even with you, like, starting to get your things together when it comes to, you know, certain platforms, you know, right now, it's the fact that YouTube made it easier for y'all to be monetized now. Get on that shit. You only need like 500 subscribers and like 1,500 hours or some shit like that. I don't know. But you see how things are getting easier for you to be able to gain money from it. So therefore, start utilizing these resources and start, you know what I'm saying, so you can have multiple sources. The goal is not to have one. The goal is to have multiple. And God is saying that I don't care if you're getting $200 a month from YouTube and then you're getting $1,000 from your... Thank you. You're getting $1,000 from your job and then you're getting $300 from an organization that you work with. Multiple sources of income is very, very, very important. Multiple. Remember that, okay? Now, another thing is when it comes to work, a lot of y'all have to pay attention to what's going on in the job field because of the fact that a lot of companies are going through negotiations, okay? They're negotiating wages. They're negotiating financial matters. People right now are negotiating financial matters, okay? A lot of the people that y'all want to invest in right now, they're negotiating what they want to give to the public and what they want to give to people that are going to pour back into them. Like, people are negotiating wage matters. Like, it's all about money, monetary value. That's a big thing right now. So pay attention to that. That's why, a lot of the systems that they tried to play or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? Don't pay that shit no mind. Some of y'all gonna start getting like refunds back from banks and shit from when they overcredited you, gave you fees. All of a sudden, you're just gonna have money just coming back in your bank account because of the fact that where the fuck did the money go in the first place? Where the fuck did the money go in the first place? Okay, that's a big thing I keep hearing. Where did the money go in the first place? Okay, the reason why there's a lot of negotiation when it comes to monetary value, because that is something people are trying to figure out. Where did the money go in the first place? Okay. Another thing is basically we're no longer as a collective. And wait, let me correct myself. God said, don't say that. For those that have been in transition with God, and they've been in this wailing period, or they've been in this hermit mode, we no longer as a collective will have a lack mentality or lack problems. The people that ignored the healing and ignored the transition and ignored the what they were supposed to be doing in the ego and all that, those people will be going through a lack. So therefore, the energy literally goes like this. Boom. So when y'all seeing everybody out there blowing money fast, and they was buying Casamigos, and they was buying Azul, and they was buying, you know what I'm saying, all types of shit. They was shopping, and they had all types of Louis Vuitton, and all types of Shein hauls, and Fashion Nova shits, and Amazon shit. They just had boxes on boxes on boxes on boxes. True. Where we was maybe buying like 2-3 shirts. Maybe paying like $30, $40 on a $100 bill. That switches now because of the fact that the transition was to spiritually get you aligned to be able to physically handle these things. And the thing about it is, people that haven't spiritually aligned themselves, they can't physically handle what's happening because of the fact that they're going to be in lack mentality. They're going to always be trying to scrape resources. They're going to constantly be trying to scrape resources. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. But we have spiritually aligned to where we know that there's no such thing as not having enough. We have infinite possibilities. We always have things going on. We always have money coming to us. We always have resources coming to us, because we don't look at finances in the sense of just cash flow. Now we look at finances in the sense of like what God even credits us in the world. I told them on a private live, and I'm gonna tell y'all now, because this is the energy while Mars is in Virgo and Mercury's in Leo. Right now, a lot of us will be getting a God credit card. You'll be getting a credit card through the Lord. Okay? This credit card through the Lord, baby, swipe that motherfucker anyway. It's on credit. It's on God's credit. It's a charge card. And you pay it off based off of your frequency. So like, example, if God takes care of a bill, whatever, you pay it back through gratitude, through honoring yourself, through honoring God, showing gratitude to God, through offerings from your ancestors, from all types of paying it forward with other people in different types of ways. It's not always about monetary value. You know what I'm saying? God, it's a Bible verse, and I should have brought my book with me. God says, I will reward it's something like, I will reward those by what I do in silence. I think that's what it said. I'm rewarded by what I do in silence. Something about that. It's something about you being rewarded in silence. I think it's either Matthews or Romans. I don't know, but I remember it says something about you will be rewarded what is done in silence. Okay? That's how you pay your charge card. That's how you pay your charge card with God. Okay? You got an MX. You got that no limit. Okay? Another thing is, a lot of you guys need to look at the opportunities that you have when it comes to foundations. Okay? Don't think small, think big. Don't jeopardize your mental health out of financial matters. Meaning, why do I say that? Don't try to stay in a relationship because of the fact that you feel like it might be too expensive to live on your own. Don't stay in a household that you know is toxic just because you're scared to live on your own. Don't do that. There's no need to do that. Do not jeopardize your mental health for financial matters. I'm telling you now, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because with Mars and Virgo, you're getting the energy to get up and go and find resources and utilize the resources. So at that point, you basically just telling God, I don't want to do it. You're being lazy. And I told you, they're going to knock everything down until you get the fucking point. Get the picture, duh. I just heard that. You know, like kids used to be like, loser, loser, double loser. Get the picture, duh. That's what I hear in my head. So, not the loser part, but the get the picture, duh. Okay, it ain't fucking working. So why the fuck is you trying to make fetch happen over there? It ain't gonna happen over there. Okay, all right. Same thing with like work things. If the job gets too irritating, if you start getting written up a lot, you start getting frustrated, that is God telling you it's time for you to go. Where you are frustrated in your life, it's time for you to go. Let it go and remove it. Your frustration is an indication of transformation. Let me say it again. Your frustration is an indication of transformation. So at that very moment you feel frustrated, I'm trying to tell you, just lay on back and just slide through. Lay on back and just slide through, baby. Slide through. Because you're trying to fight it. You're trying to grin and bear it. You're trying to hold on to it. God gonna be knock you up. Whoa, let me get up. Let me get up. No, slide through. It's a transformation. It's a transformation. Frustration is an indication of transformation during this time. When you're getting frustrated, it's because God is about to move you. So therefore, put your hands up and say, fuck you, fuck this, fuck them, I got to go. And don't say that necessarily, but that needs to be your energy. You know what? Fuck this. Fuck this. I told y'all, Virgos have a bad habit of, you know what I'm saying, they go through A, B, C, D, and then they be like, well, I've already figured out A, B, C, D, E, so I don't need to figure out what F through Z is. And God is like, what? Or they get to the point where they can't figure out how to get through E, so then they stay on E forever. No, go to F, then go back. Don't allow, I'm telling, look, y'all heard what I said. And so another thing is when it comes to family, and when it comes to any type of partnerships, okay, the passion that you feel between partnerships is going to be very important. Why do I say this? It's because Venus in Leo is about to go retrograde, and Venus is a Leo period. And having Venus in a fire sign right now, baby, you can't, that passion, if you don't feel that fiery energy with somebody, whether it's a platonic, a friendship, a businessship, go ahead and let that shit sizzle out. Just let it sizzle out. You know? Let it sizzle out. Let it sizzle out. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Okay? Just let it sizzle out. You know, I see a lot of people, they trying to hold on to things, and right now God is testing a lot of connections to see how much of an individual can you be in that connection. He's literally testing people's connections to see how much of an individual you can be. When somebody's in their energy and you're in your energy, or somebody's going through what they're going through and you're going through what you're going through, how does that affect one another? Why do I say that? Because it shouldn't. That's a them problem. That's not an us problem. And it doesn't mean that you can't have compassion and ask them, are you okay? Or, you know, do you need anything? Extending the olive branch. It doesn't mean that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that's not a y'all problem. Whatever if they say they good, they're good. People that suffer in silence are showing their codependency. If you see somebody suffering in silence, let them fucking drown on their own. Let them drown on their own. I know that's very harsh to say, but this is a me versus me. You should have enough discernment in your mind and in your heart to be able to speak to the people that you feel that are supposed to be around you, right? If you're having a hard time, if you're going through something, you should have people around you that you can be like, you know what, my energy's a little fucked up. My attitude's a little nasty today. I'm not really fit. I'm a little irritated. You know, I don't know. I'm not really in the mood. Hey, I'm a little worried about certain things. You know, you should have, and that goes to show, if you can't tell somebody that that's your energy, that means you got wrong motherfuckers around you. If you can't tell somebody, you know what, something about the energy is just a little bit off for me today, you know what I'm saying, I just need time to myself. If you can't tell somebody that, you don't need to fuck with them. Leave them alone. That goes to show there is no intimacy there. There's no vulnerability there, meaning that what is it? What is that? There's no passion there. Dead it. Dead it. Dead it. Let the motherfucker suffer in silence. Let a bitch suffer. Let a bitch cry herself to sleep. Give a fuck about none of that. And nobody's coddling people anymore. I'm not gonna coddle you. You know what I'm saying? We've all had the opportunity to work on our inner child. To work on your inner child, the number one thing that you learn while working on your inner child is the fact of you don't need to be coddled. You need to be heard. You need to be nurtured. You need to be, you know what I'm saying, you need to be uplifted. You need to be, you know, the truth needs to be told to you. You don't need to be coddled. It's an illusion. Okay? That's an illusion of the codependency that you're trying to project onto somebody because you don't want to take the time to organize your emotions, process your thoughts. That's not my problem, bitch. You'll sink in the water by your goddamn self. Okay? Another thing why Mars is in Virgo, if I could just be honest with you guys, this is where a lot of people's delusion is about to go bing because of the fact of they can't read the room. I see people that can't read the room. While Mars is in Virgo, they can't read the room. They don't realize that while you were having a me versus me and you were processing your thoughts, that means that you were figuring out the truth behind everything. And once people find out the truth about everything, they move accordingly. People's delusion. Ding. Well, I don't know. We just got all these problems between each other. Ain't no problem. You said something, you did something, and that shit was foul as fuck. Not everything is going to be addressed in this season. While Mercury's in Leo, see, I told y'all, Leos no longer have to strut their mane to show that they're a Leo. Silence is power. Bitch, I ain't got nothing for you. We ain't got nothing to talk about. I peep some shit. I don't like that shit. I'm not fucking with that shit. I'm moving accordingly. While Mars is in Virgo, watch that shit. People be real delusional. They're very delusional. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they don't have no type of self-awareness. They don't have no type of self-awareness. And what we used to do all the time is when people lacked awareness, we tried to overcompensate by explaining something to them that they were going to lie and gaslight and manipulate their way out of it anyway. So, bitch, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Noted. Virgos are me versus me. They're very analytical. One thing about a Virgo is they take mental notes. You think a Virgo not listening the whole time. Virgo done heard the first, the middle, the end. They done heard the outer context, the inner context. They done heard it all. Full circle. Full circle. That's how they know shit not adding up. Wave, Poppy. How you doing? You good? Okay. Don't let people's delusion affect you. Okay? They're delusional. Because, bitch, please. Ooh. What else? You know, another thing about this season is going to be, well, I told y'all in the live that I did yesterday, while Mercury's in Leo, sweetie, you're not going to be able to try people. You're not going to be able to try people. Like, they situations, people are very protective over their inner child right now. People have learned how to be a parent to their inner child. Wait, Poppy. You know what I'm saying? People have learned how to parent their inner child. You can't fuck with people's children. You cannot fuck with people's children. You cannot fuck with people's children. And that's how they feel about themselves, their inner child. You can't fuck with their kids. People have learned how to become true parents to themselves. And one thing that parents know is, one thing that a true parent knows is, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work and I'm going to make sure I do the best that I can. And I'm going to take accountability. And I'm going to take ownership. And I'm going to try to guide you. I'm not going to try to control you. I'm going to try to be the best parent that I can be. And people are that for themselves now. Meaning, baby, you better leave kids alone. Leave that inner child alone. They're going to rip you a good one. You know, that's one thing I used to say on TikTok Live. One thing about my children, don't ever play with my kids. That's how I feel about my inner child. Don't ever play with my kids. Because about my kids, I go to war with you. It's nothing. About my inner child, I go to war with you. It's nothing. I don't care. Because one thing I know for a fact is, I know when she's being over emotional, and I know when you just fucking with her. I know when you playing with her. I know when she's being a little bit, throwing a little tantrum. And I know when she's kind of being, extra, and she's just in her emotions and she's not able to process it. I know that. And that's when I take the time by myself to process my thoughts, organize my emotions, and then bring the logic back to it as a parent. And I teach her through the problem of like, hey, let's talk about this because of the fact of they didn't really do what you think. You know what I'm saying? Your feelings were a little hurt. It's okay. Sometimes your feelings can be hurt about that. It's like when a kid goes and cries, and instead of you telling them, you ain't got to quit all that fucking crying, you be like, whatever, you go ahead and cry. And when you can come talk to me so we can talk about the situation, okay? That's how people feel about themselves now. So all that miscommunication and shit like that, that shit not going no more, because people are finding out the contradiction. And so what people are doing is they're going to take the time to figure out, are they contradicting themselves or are you? Watch. People going to be looking like, because Mars is ruled by Aries. Aries rules the head. So people are going to be thinking, am I contradicting myself? Did I contradict myself in this situation a little bit? People are starting to look at people as the reflection, and when they do toxic shit, they're, instead of them saying like, well, I ain't toxic, and we're starting to be like, you know what? I can see that I do that a little bit. I can see myself in this situation a little bit. There is a lot of accountability and awareness that is taking place in the collective. Those that decided to go through the transition through Hermit, it's hand in hand. Hand in hand. Those that did not take the time to go through transition, did not take the time to go through transformation, it's literally like they think about something and go, pew, it goes over their head, and they totally ignore the fact that they were the ones contradicting themselves. That's a big thing to pay attention to. Contradictions of the mind is the biggest illusion that we are having. Thank you, Jasmine, for putting that in there. Don't underestimate someone who utilizes the time to process their thoughts, baby. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I was you. I wouldn't do that if I was you. You gonna fuck around and miss out on good people because you over there being delusional. Okay? Another thing about this energy is, and I'm gonna do a podcast tomorrow about the week, but another upside about this energy that I feel is you're gonna have a boost of there's gonna be a transformation in the solar plexus and the sacral. They're doing something very significant. Something about the solar plexus and the sacral. They're doing something very significant together. They're just like, I don't know if your confidence is going to your emotions or your emotions is making you more confident, but they're doing something that's making you very illuminated, like from the inside out. Like you're gonna have this big burst of energy, and it might come as like being extremely horny. Okay, it's a kundalini. Thank you. It's kundalini. While Mars is in Virgo, a lot of y'all will be going through a lot of kundalini rising. Okay, so meaning that sometimes these epiphanies of the body, they come very horny. Okay, just make sure you are processing this. You know what I'm saying? Because you might feel like you need to go hump on something. In real time, you need to draw. You might need to handle that problem by yourself instead of adding somebody else. Okay. Just wanna let y'all know. The bitch. All right. Okay. Another thing is, it's summertime. Try to get in the sun as much as you can. Try to get in the sun as much as you can. While Mars is in Leo, the sun is bringing a lot of healing, coding, deletion. What's happening is the sun is actually dissolving a lot of y'all's trauma, where what is dissolving the things that don't belong to you. Thank you, Spirit. The sun is dissolving the things that don't belong to you. The sun is melting away the things that don't belong to you. The sun is having people glow. Okay? The sun is doing that. Yes. And one of my tips that I don't know if I've ever told y'all, but when you get in the sun, go get some extra virgin olive oil. Put it on your skin. It will actually help even out the tone of your body. It won't burn. You'll roast. You'll roast. You'll be like a little rotisserie chicken. Your tone will be very even. So you gotta do that. While Mars is in Virgo and Venus is in retrograde, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna tell y'all to not do something, but just be very careful that people are not trying to have sex with you to take your energy away. I do see some people, maybe, things are steaming up a little bit, okay? Thank you. Things are steaming up a little bit, okay? There's a lot of sexual tension in the air, okay? Some people are going to try to use your sexual energy to feed their lack of energy, so pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. I see a lot of people trying to drain people's energy sexually. Pay attention, okay? Everybody wants a summer fling, but be careful with that summer fling energy. God keeps saying, be careful with the summer fling energy, because since Virgos are switching with Geminis are like the hummingbird. They're very like, they're very flirty. Okay, so the energy is very flirty. Okay, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with flirting. Why not? I just told my homegirl, I was just talking to her. She said something. I was like, bitch, why wouldn't people come up to you? Like, why wouldn't people want to flirt with you? Like, look at you. You're magnetic. You're glowing. Of course, everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody wants a piece of you. If Venus is in Leo, which switch with Aquarius, I told y'all, this is it girl season. And you're not the it girl based off of what you put on social media. You're the it girl based off of how you glow your energy in person. So why wouldn't niggas want to talk to you? Why wouldn't women want to talk to you? Look how you look. And I feel like that's a confidence thing that it's transferring in people's mind, because of the fact that it's like you're being overly excited about people flirting with you, but then you don't realize how beautiful you look, how much you're glowing, how healthy you look, how good your energy is. So why would they not flirt with you? I might want to just go ahead and make sure I kind of get people kind of put you back in reality a little bit, like quality over quantity, people. Okay? Quantity over quality. Quantity over quality. You're just so excited to be talked to like you ain't never been flirted with before. And that could come from a lot of people's energy of feeling like the ugly duckling. And that's fine. But you know what I'm saying? Don't be so, oh my God, they're talking to me. All these niggas try to talk to me. Blah, blah, blah. Why would they not? Look what's in the world right now. Okay? I don't want to bust anybody's bubbles, of their energy of the summer, but I just want to be a big reality check. I see a lot of people being very like boy crazy, and men being very like girl crazy. It's like, what the fuck is you so crazy over that shit for? Like, why would they not? That's how you need to look at things, because that's what Lilith and Leo is trying to give you the power of. Why would they not talk to you? Look at you, right? But see, I'm telling you, I feel a lot of ugly ducklings coming to swans. I see a lot of ugly ducklings coming to swans, and they're in swan behavior, acting crazy. Like, bitch, don't, what? Don't, it's really not that serious. Niggas talk to everybody. Bitches talk to everybody. Like, I was just flirting with somebody the other day. And he was like, oh, you gonna give me a call? Sure. Fuck no. I'm not fucking calling you. Fuck. Why would I call you? Stop it. It's summertime, baby. Stop that. No, I'm not calling you. You fucking serious? You can't even afford me. You know? Summertime, baby. Enjoy yourself. Laugh. Giggle. But please, don't fall into a delusion. Okay? Niggas a fuck a crackhead. Alright? So I feel that energy. I feel like there's a lot of people that are going from ugly duckling to swan. And baby, calm down. I know you're a new swan. You're a new butterfly. Okay? But you don't let everybody touch your wings. And you don't ever let everybody swim around you. Okay? Let me just go ahead and tell y'all that. You don't let everybody touch your wings. And you don't let everybody swim around you. You can swim to the other pond. Fluff up your little feathers like a peacock, you know, fluff them up, you know, because that's what we're doing. It's the energy. You dig what I'm saying? It's the energy. Why not? Fluff your feathers out. You're vibrant. Why not? You know? But you don't let everybody touch your feathers. You don't let everybody touch your wings. All right? I'm not calling these niggas. I'm not calling you. Okay. All right. I think that's about it, you know. Oh, like I said, I am going to do all zodiacs on Patreon either this week. It's going to be this week. It's going to be this week. I promise. It's going to be this week because the North Node changes next Monday. So I need to make sure that I get on my Zoom. I got to get on my Zoom, okay? Whew. I think that's it. That's about it, y'all. Oh, I think I told them in the live that I did yesterday, but I want to make sure I reiterate this. There are a lot of monitoring. No, I didn't. But I did. But there are a lot of monitoring spirits. There's a lot of monitoring spirits. There are a lot of monitoring spirits. All right. That's about it, y'all. God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Okay? A lot of you guys will be going through very fast transformations. Wherever you have Scorpio, I want you to... These are the placements that I want y'all to write down to do your research on. So... if wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I reiterate this. Wherever you have, these are the placements to pay attention to, okay? Wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, you're going to go through a full transformation. You're going to start at 0, okay? Wherever you have Taurus in your chart, things are going to be at a very high frequency. You're going to touch it like a godly type of consciousness. Wherever you have Virgo in your chart, it's going to move fast paced, meaning that you're going to have a lot of opportunities, a lot of resources, a lot of financial opportunities, jobs and stuff like that very quickly. Okay. Also, pay attention to, if you don't have these placements, look at these houses, because these houses are about to go through this really, really, really wild wash. Okay. Look at your 8th house, your 2nd house, and your 2nd, 6th, and 8th. Second, 6th, 8th, Virgo, Taurus, Scorpio. Oh, and Aries. God says the first, the 2nd, the 6th, and the 8th house. So your rising sign, your 2nd house, your 6th house, your 8th house, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, sorry. First, add the first one, Jazz. So Aries is going to be affected. Aries is going to be affected in a very prosperous way. Okay? Aries are going to be affected in a very prosperous way. Okay? And God keeps saying prosperous. Okay? Aries are being gifted from their spiritual teams. Okay? I'm going to do every zodiac, but for this, I'm going to tell y'all about Aries. Aries are about to be gifted from their spirit team. It's a gift. You see the wind blowing? It's a gift. It's a gift. That's why wherever you have Aries in your chart, depending on if you stay behind that shield of protection, the gift is how you look at it. Some people don't look at it as a gift because they feel like they're going through hell. But would it not be a gift from your spirit team for you to be a better person? And other people, it's a gift. It's a big gift. It's a big gift. Some of you guys is coming in a mental, some of you guys is a spiritual, some of you guys is a physical, but it's a gift. It's a gift from your spirit team. Go ahead and start putting the gratitude out in the air to say thank you in advance. Go ahead and put it out into your spiritual team to say thank you in advance. It's a gift. It's funny because I just got this like spam email and it says you've been chosen. Okay. Alright, now that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I have to get some things done for Patreon. Answer some questions. So yeah, I know God was like, I'm not doing, God was really big on me not doing any specials. But I'm going to offer a monthly update for the public. Just go on the site to book. Okay? Just go on the site to book. I'm not even going to discuss all that shit because it's not really worth discussing, you know what I'm saying? Like, either you're going to do it or you're not. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, God was like, give everybody the opportunity, which I will. Those that aren't subscribed, I'll give you the opportunity because, bitch, the price definitely has gone up. And that was just a gift from God. God told me to stop playing. But we're going to look out, you know what I'm saying? Be helpful, be loving. Because everybody's going to need some guidance. Because, baby, this is really not the time to fuck around with the fuck around. The world is about to go crazy. And that's not even in a good way. That's not even in a good way. I can't even sit here and try to act like everything's about to be peaches and cream because it's not. Not at all, actually. We're just going to be having fun in the midst of chaos, but it's not going to be a good time for the world. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing to do with that. We just got caught in a crossfire. So, you know, I love you guys, and I'll see y'all later. If you on my Patreon, we are gonna have but we already had our homeroom discussion, but I don't know, I think I got a video to post for y'all. So that's about that. Other than that, I love y'all. I will see y'all later.